Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV Province. The audience, according to Resolution Number 5, dated July 11, 2022 of TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee on Border Trade Development of TayNinhTV Province up to 2025, orientation to 2030, the province border trade development isn't only aimed at promoting socio-economic development of the locality, but also making an important contribution to the socio-economic development of the Southern Key Economic Zone.
TayNinhTV determined that border trade development must become an important driving force and a factor for socio-economic development of the province and the Southern Key Economic Zone, being in line with regional planning, provincial planning, and Vietnam-Cambodia border planning, and synchronized with the Program on Development of Border Trade Infrastructure to 2025, Vision to 2030 of the Prime Minister. The locality will maximize investment resources in order to improve the efficiency of exploiting the border potential and advantages of the province, synchronously investing in economic, technical, and social infrastructure in the border area, and create conditions for fast sustainable development of border trade. The common goal of the province is that border trade will be the driving force for the socio-economic development of TayNinhTV Province by 2030, striving to turn TayNinhTV into a transshipment point for import and export goods of the Southern Key Economic Zone to Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Asian markets.
In 2022, TayNinhTV has promoted digital transformation to build a digital government, digital economy, and digital society. Authorities at all levels promoted digital transformation in handling documents and procedures and supported startups to modernize the administrative system and improve the investment and business environment.
Up to now, the province has completed 5 over 19 targets on building digital government, digital economy, and digital society. 100% of leaders of agencies, units, and organizations in the province are propagated and raise awareness about digital transformation. Over 80% of households have a fiber optic broadband internet. 100% of the national database industry and field database shared by the central agencies through the national data sharing platform on the province LGSB access. The percentage of computers serving the work of state administrative agencies to the commune level equipped with anti-malware meeting the directive of the 14th of Prime Minister reached 100%, and 100% of enterprises have used e-invoices. 17 over 19 departments, branches, and 9 over 9 district people's committee have completed the formulation of digital transformation plan to 2025 with a vision and orientation to 2030. The province has effectively taken solutions to ensure the data center infrastructure for the deployment of reliable, stable, and cloud-based information system of the province. 100% of the provincial departments, agencies, district, and commune people's committees have been equipped with a video conferencing system and connected to the general system of the province. According to the Ministry of Information and Communication, the rate of small and medium enterprises using digital platform is 3.6% compared to the target of 30%. 100% of businesses pay taxes electronically, deploying to promote the development of e-commerce in the province based on the e-commerce platform.
According to the statistics of the functional sector, the percentage of trained workers with degrees and certificates in the province reaches 25% of the total number of employed people, not sufficient to meet the actual needs. To raise this ratio to 30% by 2025 and 35% by 2030 to ensure the scale and structure of training occupations for the local socio-economic recovery and development, great human resources with national occupational skills actively participating in the national human resource training market. The Provincial People's Committee has proposed many key solutions for implementation. The Provincial People's Committee focuses on applying the current mechanisms and policies of the central government to localities to recruit, employ, and treat teachers, artisans, experts, and vocational trainers with achievements in vocational education activities, studying and propose perfecting mechanisms and policies to create favorable conditions for freelancers. those who are unemployed or at risk of unemployment due to the impact of the fourth industrial revolution, national disasters, pandemic, etc. To participate in vocational training, arrange and organize the network of vocational training institutions in the direction of openness, flexibility, and diversity in training times, occupation structure, and qualification structure capable of meeting human resource needs through vocational training, especially high-quality human resources, to encourage investment in the development of private foreign invested vocational education institutions and vocational education institutions in enterprises.
TayNinhTV Province People's Committee has just approved the project on developing high-tech agriculture in the province. From now to 2030, the locality will promote the development of the concentrated agricultural production areas, applying high technology, the process of good agricultural production, organic farming, ensuring the food security, safety associated with the preliminary processing and processing industry. The goal of the project is to develop 20 high-tech agricultural areas by 2030, each production area certified as a high-tech agricultural area from at least one chain of products consumption, contributing to raising the value of agricultural, forestry, and fishery products produced in the forms of cooperation and association to over 25% by 2025 and 35% to 2030. It is also aimed at increasing the output and quality of agricultural products for processing and exports, raising the product value per unit area per hectare of the arable land for 115 million Vietnam dong by 2025 and to 130 million Vietnam dong by 2030. Particularly, the area of high-tech agricultural production with the product value per hectare will be from 150 million Vietnam dong by 2025 to 180 million Vietnam dong by 2030, and rising the value of high-tech agricultural products to over 40% by 2025 and 50% by 2030.
Turn to other news. The audience, according to statistics from the Ninh Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, the number of tourists visiting Ba Đăng Mountain National Tourist Area and Cao Đài Horseshoe accounts for 90% of the Ning's tourists. With that advantage, in the coming years, the Ninh will continue to promote the development of festival, religious and spiritual tourism products.
Under the Ninh Tourism Development Plan to 2025 and Orientation to 2030, the province will focus on developing tourism products associated with festivals beliefs such as the Festival Hội Yến Du Trì Cung, Ba Đăng Mountain Spring Festival, the worship ceremony dedicated to Linh Sơn Thánh Mẫu, Kỳ Yên Festival at Gia Lộc Village Hall, Trà Vong Grey Mandarin Festival. The province will urgently implement the legal order and procedures to deploy investment projects in tourist areas and attractions in the province, including the project of urban area adjacent to Ba Đăng Mountain National Tourist Area, the urban area project serving Ba Đăng Mountain National Tourist Area, and the Ba Đăng Mountain Thematic Sightseeing Area and Resort Project. The locality will also connect and develop tourism products between Ba Đăng Mountain Tourist Area and other key tourism development centers in the Ninh province, such as the Special National Monument of the Central Office for South Vietnam, Logo Samet National Park, linking towards tourist routes between the Ninh and tourist attractions in Ho Chi Minh City and the Southeast provinces, focusing on investment in transport infrastructure to quickly and synchronously connect tourism attractions in the Ninh and other localities in the country towards attracting international tourists, especially tourists from Cambodia.
And in order to ensure the interest of tourists when coming to TayNinhTV Province in the early of the spring, the Market Surveillance Agency of TayNinhTV Province has implemented and inspected business activities in the area of Ba Đăng Spring Festival on the occasion of the Lunar New Year of 2023. The three teams of the Market Surveillance Agencies are responsible for assigning rotating working groups to be on daily duty during Ba Đăng Spring Festival and the teams will focus on inspecting items such as confectionery, alcohol, soft drinks, fruits, consumer goods, souvenirs, catering services for individuals and businesses. The price listing, origin of goods, the food hygiene and safety, etc. are regularly carried out to timely correct violations, and thereby it has contributed to building a beautiful image at the Padang Mountain tourist area, preventing some shops from hiking up prices and create sympathy from visitors when coming here to travel.
The audience, during the first days of the new spring, the number of tourists in and outside the province to Padang Mountain historical, cultural, scenic and tourist site has been increasing. The weather is cool, the intensity of the heat is lower than usual, and also favorable conditions for tourists coming to the area.
According to the management of Padang Mountain National Tourist Area, from the 28th to the 3rd day of the Lunar New Year, the number of visitors to the area reached more than 300,000, an increase of 152% over the same period. Entrance ticket revenue increased by more than 56%, particularly in the morning of January 25th, the 4th day of the first lunar month. The number of visitors has increased dramatically. Tourists from everywhere flocking to Padang Mountain Tourist Area. The forces ensuring security and order in and outside the tourist area all make efforts to regulate traffic and relieve local congestion. With the increasing number of visitors, the tourist area has divided visitors from outside the gate, regulating the number of visitors to the cable car station to the top of the mountain. However, due to the unpredictable number of visitors coming to visit, some tourists couldn't buy cable tickets to the mountain top. I come from Bình Phước province. I have been here since 6 a.m. I haven't been able to buy a ticket, but the ticket is already sold out. Previous years, I could buy tickets at any time. Also in the same situation as Miss Thu Hiền, but Miss Đỗ Thanh Quý family coming from Dầu Tiếng district, Bình Dương province, bought tickets online to take the family to visit the scenery on the top of the mountain.
Unlike last year, I bought tickets quickly this year. I found that channeling tourists into small groups help us so go faster, not taking so long as before.
On the 4th day of the Lunar New Year, the opening ceremony of Padang Mountain Spring Festival 2023 was held in the square opposite Padang Cable Car Station, attracting more and more visitors to the area to witness their first-hand the special festival program after 2 years of suspension to ensure the COVID-19 prevention and control.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today's TTV News. Thanks for joining us and see you next time.